I recorded a video about a year ago and it was really hard to get through. It's about an incident that took place in 2003. And I've sat on that video for almost a year and I really didn't know what to do with it. But I created a website called insteadofashes.org. And it's not an organization at this point. Maybe it becomes an organization, I don't know. But I think the point of the website is an attempt to give myself a voice against what I would call abuse of some sort, whether that be church or pastoral abuse. I don't know the category. I haven't investigated it enough to know. But as the story has gone on and I felt more about it and thought more about it, I started to realize that if this was my experience as a person who at the time was a leader in a ministry, how many other people out there have stories that are similar, and probably far worse than mine? And to be honest, over the last 22 years, I don't think it was anyone's intention, but I feel like I have been silenced to tell that story. And probably the biggest person that's tried to silence it, to be honest, is me. Because I don't know if I really know what it means. So I want to invite you to insteadofashes.org. And as it says, it's not an organization or anything like that. It's just a place that I'm attempting to voice about something that took place, and it really affected me. It took me a long time to work through it. It took me a long time to forgive the people that are involved. And I still have boundaries that I've set, and I'm not even sure they're aware of those boundaries. And it's okay. They don't have to be aware of them. But I wanted to point out a couple of things as I launched this Instead of Ashes site. Me posting this video of the incident is not, I'm trying not to have it be about the people involved. It's not about the ministers and pastors and stuff that I mention. It's about me and my process. And like I said, I feel like if someone like me has taken 22 years to share this story, there are other people out there that have similar stories. And I don't mean about the people in my story. So I don't want it to be caught up in this is something about them. Of course it's about them because they're involved. I can't not say that it's not about them, it's about me. But in reality, it really is about the people who survive situations that, whether it was intended by the people that were leaders or not, somehow there was damage done. And how do you get relief? How do you find any hope in that? Whether it was a loss of a job in ministry, whether it was just a pastor doing something to you or your family, whether it was something physical, mental, spiritual. There's just really not a lot out there for people to voice what happened to them. And I think it's important. I think it's an important place. So even if it doesn't go anything further than me putting this out there, that's enough for me because it's taken me 22 years to do that. So I hope that you find exactly that, hope. And if you're a person that finds the page and you know someone on the page that gets talked about, it's okay. You don't need to defend other people. If you want to contact me personally, feel free. If you're a person that's mentioned in the video, it's okay. You can contact me if you choose. But again, I'm not trying to be some kind of gotcha, prove a point. I'm trying to create a space where people can say, this happened to me. And I don't have to prove to you that it was abuse or not abuse. I don't have to prove anything. I can just say, this is my story. And you have your own story. And I hope you do have your own story. I hope that everyone that I mentioned and everyone that ever mentions anything on this site finds redemption, finds hope in their own way. I don't know, because I haven't talked to those people in maybe 22 years for a reason. So, again, I just wanted to make a quick video, which now is too long, but to kind of set the tone for what this website is about. If you have faced any kind of damage, abuse, wrongdoing, whatever it is in a church setting, from someone in church leadership, there are people out there that have too. And like I said, I don't think mine's by far the biggest thing, but it was big to me, and I think that's what matters. I don't have to prove that it was big, but I almost had to prove it to myself that it happened, that it's important. And I think that's the silence is the hardest part of abuse, because it is so hard to overcome the silence. So if you find yourself there, I hope you find some encouragement, even if it's just, yeah, I've been there. Or maybe you know someone who's been there. So again, I don't know what this is going to become. I'm not trying to have it become anything. I just want to stop being silent.